Hey guys, let's take a look at some fraction. Oh, horrible word that is. Fraction, no. These are not problems, they're puzzles. Yeah, no, let's say they're puzzly poos. That sounds even more gentle and friendly, or kind of weird maybe. I don't know. Okay, all right. Well, we're going to draw diagrams of these kind of word puzzly poos. And eventually you'll get to the point where you don't even need to draw this at all. You'll just kind of poop in your head and you'll be able to figure this stuff out. Being able to read a little teeny paragraph like this, there's one sentence, and translate it into something mathematical is a great skill. And you have basically in front of you, just by the way, this is like, you would either be terrified or horrified or maybe glad if you're a little bit crazy and twisted. You got 7-6, you got pre-algebra, you got algebra 1, you got algebra 2, you got advanced math. And I can tell you right now, the more you can do these kinds of problems, puzzly poos in your head, and just visualize this stuff and not be intimidated by it and turn it into things, the better. Then when you get older, you can focus on just the formulas and stuff and not all this arithmetic, okay? So let's do this right now. 3/4 of the 28 children at the park are boys, all right? So there's a bunch of parts to this, and of course we know that 1/4 are girls, all right? So there's some mostly boys, some girls, and so on. What they'll do is they'll ask you some information, and let's take a look at what they'll ask you. Look in your book, and they'll say, okay, look at the questions they ask. Into how many parts is the group of children divided? Well, it's divided into 4, right? Because it says 3/4, okay? And also, how many children are in each part? Well, 3/4 are boys, 1/4 are girls. We'll talk about how many there are in a second. How many parts, how many boys, how many girls, and so on. Well, what we're going to do is just draw a picture, basically a diagram. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can be this if you want. It doesn't matter, all right? But let's do it. Let's see. It's 4 parts, right? So 1, 2, excuse me, and then 3 and 4. 3/4 of the 28 children. If I were to draw it like this, I'd go, there's 28 total. Okay. Well, you tell me, how much is each part like this? If there are 4 of them, the total 28. Well, the answer is obviously 28 divided by 4, right? This is why you need to know your division facts very quickly. Each one of these is 7. Okay. So 3/4 of the 28 children at the park are boys. That means 3 of these chunks here are boys, and the last chunk of 7 are girls. Now you could do 2 things. You could say, okay, well, if 7 of them are girls, I'm just going to subtract that 7 and get 21 to give me the number of boys. Or you could just say, okay, there's 7 plus 7 plus 7, or 7 times 3, 21 boys. Boom, there you go. That's all you had to do to solve these kind of problems. And in fact, that's it. So let's take a look at our practice problem on page 411. And let's see what you get, okay? So pause it and come back when you're ready. All right, here's the problem. 3/8 of the 40 little engines could climb the hill. The other part of the little engines, I don't know. They're just not thinking or not even trying or whatever. Okay, so we know 3/8, that shouldn't be eighths. That should be, I spelled that wrong. That's eighths. So we know 5/8 could not climb the hill. Possibly because they were out of gas, or maybe there was a cow underneath the radar. There's no telling what could happen. Okay, so let's look at these questions one by one. All right, into how many parts was the group divided? Well, we know there were 8, right? 3/8. Okay, how many engines were in each part? Well, 3/8 were in one, 5/8 were in the other. All right, how many parts could climb the hill? Let's take a look at it. Okay, so 3/8. There's a big hunk. I don't care what it looks like. Let's divide it into half, and then to 4ths, and I don't know, how about into 8ths? There you go. It didn't have to be perfect, don't worry about it. Okay, so there are 40 in total, right? Well, you tell me, if there are 40 total, how much does each one of these 8 parts mean? It means 5, right? Because 40 divided by 8 is 5. So each one of these is 5. Okay, so how many engines were each part? Well, that's 5. How many parts could climb the hill? 3/8 of them, right? So let's do that one, and that one could climb the hill. We've got 5 3 times. That means there are 15, right? Okay. How many just could climb the hill? I did already. How many could not climb the hill? Of course, that's going to be 40 minus 15. That'll be 25. Okay, and that is it. So I did that twice, but anyway, okay. That's it. So there we go. Knockout problem set 77. Take a deep breath. Go get a drink of water. Stretch, pet your cat. And if you don't have a cat, pet your dog. If you don't have a dog or cat, go outside and, just knock on your neighbor's doors and see if they have animals and pet them and then come back and do your problem set. All right. See you guys next time. Bye.